Listen, I won't waste your time. In this video, we'll cover a topic that's extremely important for your personal growth. How to stop talking about your plans to just anyone and what this ghost mode of yours is. First of all, let me clarify that this video isn't about cutting off all ties with the world. It's more about taking a conscious step back for a certain period of time, in order to achieve your goals as effectively as possible. And the first, most likely the most important reason that harms us is the illusion of progress. After all, when we talk openly about our plans, even if it's a close friend or parents, our brain still sometimes confuses such things as thinking and doing. And now I'll tell you how to deal with this topic. Have you ever had this situation when you are supercharged, have made a specific plan, you see every step ahead of you that you need to take to achieve the goal, but you are still so tempted to tell someone close to you about it? Keep it to yourself. Usually when I talk about my plans, they don't come true or don't come true fully. So for me personally, I prefer to fight this habit. How can I fight it? Let's be brief and to the point. This is keeping a diary. This is really the best way to lay out your thoughts, splash them out somewhere. But without telling people, you kind of keep it to yourself but at the same time give it away somewhere else. By the way, you can use a regular diary, or you can just start writing down everything you think, save it in Telegram. And it feels like you're writing it to someone. Just write it the way you usually write it, as if this is an ordinary correspondence with a person. The most important thing is to catch this flow state. Secondly, this is mindset. It is no longer a specific action, but simply a perception of the situation. For example, it's more pleasant for me to do my job, to implement my plans when I do it in silence and others don't suspect anything. And then bam, and you already have a result. So the next point is show, don't tell. Just let your results speak for themselves. After all, your words don't really mean anything until it results in a concrete result. But no one wants to hear one thing from you. That you will move mountains, that you are about to reach the coveted level of earnings. Project, but it just doesn't happen and doesn't happen. People just lose trust in you. And to tell the truth, you are losing confidence in yourself. Because your brain understands that you promise one thing but cannot fulfill it. And your results no longer seem like something supernatural because you have already, so to speak, burned others out for this. But Nokia, by the way, because they tell others their plans, are simply afraid to set high standards, raise expectations and so on. After all, they begin to understand that they may not achieve this, fail to fulfill their promises and so on. But please don't take away this childhood vision. Don't be normal. Your goals should be of such magnitude that you would be fucking ashamed to tell people about them. You're a storyteller. People will tell you, and they will be right, but that's the whole point. Jump over yourself, set your goals higher, think bigger. Listen, aim for the moon if you want to jump over the wall. Even if something doesn't work out for you the first time, you will not be held responsible for your words and promises. Well, in general, even when you have said something and achieved it, or are still on the way, remember one important thing. Envy. And no, not your envy, but the envy of the people who surround you. Because when you fuck in silence, people don't know where to hit. They don't know where to attack. They don't know your weaknesses. After all, when you start to succeed, everyone will know your next step. And whether you need it is another question. Happiness loves silence. And yes, I do not agree 100% with this statement. More precisely, I don't agree with how people perceive it. But in this case, it is absolutely true. And yes, it's all up to you. I am only giving specific advice that I received from my life experience. But whether to use it or not depends only on you. Again, do you need it? I personally enjoy it when people don't know what my specific financial situation is. They don't know what I'm working on, how I make money, and so on. Because people themselves are such that they will be jealous when they see progress in their affairs. And you must understand that you will move alone, usually at the top here. It doesn't matter which one. In terms of earnings, influence, and power, there is only a small circle of people. The pyramid has only one peak. You should understand this. The same grandmothers, for example, need to think outside the box. One of these non-standard areas that brings a lot of money in the 24th year is abuse. Even remember how my comrade Timek farmed 107,000 Spasibo and wrote a guide for his Telegram channel. How to repeat this, or the legendary February promotion of one of the banks that gave 50% cashback on clothes and shoes for an ordinary person. Yes, it's profitable, but for an abuser it's a huge income. For example, he buys an item for 100,000 on Lamoda and gets his 50% cashback. A few days later, they return the item and issue a refund to another card. As a result, without spending a penny, 50,000 rubles of cashback are spent. But why did some make money from this while others let it pass them by? I will answer simply. Information field. I personally take the scheme from Temek Abuzova's channel. For example, Abuzova's subscribers recently found another loophole, but this time in alpha investments. And now they are generating 3 of the gift securities per month, which passively brings in 500 to 1,000 rubles per day. Administrator Temek actually made a farm of 30 accounts and expects a profit of at least 120,000 rubles for April. If you decide to earn good money, then I advise you to subscribe to Abuzova. All links will be in the video description and pinned comment. But what about people? Yes, be prepared for some to gradually fall off. If you really do your job, only the real ones will remain. But this also has its advantage. In this situation, you will rely only on yourself, thus no one will be able to set you up and no one will be able to put a knife in your back. Became a ghost. Imagine a situation when you disappear and all social networks are everywhere. You narrow your circle of contacts, remove all distractions and start working for yourself. In just 6 months you will need to completely change your life. Take it. If you want to go far, you will have to sacrifice a lot. People in your path will fall off. But that's why we choose the most important goal of life, from which we are not childishly excited. Otherwise, you will simply go off the path ahead of time. So good luck to you, bro. If you are interested in this kind of conversations and reflections on such important topics, then I advise you to go to my closed community. There's a lot of information there. More details at the link in the description. See you.